Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, come back with me, Athi'illah Qurroti. Today I will explain about teaching English for young learners. Go ahead, I will discuss the first one, which is the concept of teaching English. Language as a means of communication plays a very important role in social relationship. Among human beings, the English language is the first foreign language we teach to children at very early stage of schooling. The primary aim of teaching English in the early years of schooling is to motivate young learners to be ready and have self-confidence in learning English at higher level of education. Some children are prone to parents who are polyglot, so they have to acquire 2 or 3 different languages. Some others learn second or third language because they have to immigrate to a new country. Others learn English as foreign language because English is not their native language in their country. Teaching English to young learners then can be beneficial or detrimental to learners. It will be beneficial if the teacher can facilitate learning and enable learners to begin to language learning their curiosity and interest to make sense of the world. As a result, the teachers may help the learners are able to overcome their problem even the most demanding tasks with intention and links. Okay, continue the second discussion about characteristic young learners. Some young learners have their own characteristics. There are some of their generally characteristics that teachers and parents should know. Number 1, they have short attention span. So, teachers should vary their techniques to break the pattern. They should give right activities and handwriting, songs, games, etc. Number 2, they are very active. Try to ask them to play games or play dialects and involve them in competition. Number 3, they are strong will to praising. Always encourage them and praise their work. Number 4, they differ in their experience of language. Treat them as a unit, don't favor those who know some English at the expense of those who do not know. Number 5, they are less shy than older learners. Ask them to repeat utterances or resort to mechanic trick. Number 6, they are imaginative. You should try to teach new vocabulary related to concrete meanings, but may have some difficulties distinguishing between imagination and real world. Number 7, they enjoy learning through playing. Young learners learn best when they learn through games. Let games be an essential part of your teaching. Number 8, they are less shy than older learners. Number 9, they enjoy imitation and skillful in listening, equality, and mimicking when they have heard. Number 10, they respond well to rewards from the teacher. Number 11, they have limited writing and reading skill even in their first language. And generally, they are more confident about themselves than others. And then they have limited knowledge about the world. And then they enjoy fantasy, imagination, and movement. The third discussion about problems of teaching young learners. The results show there are challenges faced teachers when teaching English for young learners, which are number 1, lack of training, number 2, lack of knowledge, and number 3, lack of resource, and the development polish. Number 6, class size. Number 7, teacher own skill and confidence in English and time pressure. Okay, continue with the fourth discussion about the ways of teaching English for young learners. Grooming the spongy minds of kids to absorb the wonder of English takes a whole lot of passion and creativity. If you have taken language class both as a child and adult, you will know how vastly different your lesson might have been. Knowing how to teach English to young learners is a whole other ballgame. It can sometimes be difficult getting your young learners to stay focused for entire class. However, you can use the energy and creativity to your full advantage. Here, how to teach English to children using engaging games and activities. Number 1, to listen into song, turning vocab, grammar, and dialogue into catchy tunes is a fabulous method for teaching English to young learners. If you are reviewing common material, try turning to YouTube to see if there is already a suitable song out there. Otherwise, you can hone your inner beat to find to compose a musical masterpiece using the tone of another Asian song, such as Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Number 2, create visual diagrams to illustrate new vocabulary, highlighting, underlining, and shifting are all common visual traits allows you to recall steps of information. Creating visual diagram is the shared basic idea, so that the little ones can start to visualize what English looks like. As the board student can more easily look at learning aids with distinct color and illustration about their folder of messy paper. Number 3, within spontaneous or consistent dialogues throughout the lesson. What did you do this weekend? By kicking off class with an expanded equation, you can get your student thinking about what they will say long before class even starts. Natural dialogue also introduce students to everyday vocabulary relevant to their own lives and interests. Number 4, recap surgery study session with games. Childhood education without game is like chicken wings without seasoning or sauce. You simply cannot have one without the other. Games are especially effective teaching methods for young learners because they are able to learn without realizing it. Active games let them expel some bottle of energy and quiet while learning and require concentration. Number 5, review vocabulary throughout your role playing. Think theater class with an English wit. Picking up the role of a police officer or a director on the spot can be imitation to any against student. However, if you have some fun with it and create a more relaxing expectation for student to add our image. Number 6, repeat previous lesson in every class. Assuming the average class duration is only an hour or less, that leaves a whole lot of time in the day to forget everything a student just learning. Number 7, get out of the classroom. If you are teaching English to young learners in person and have permission to do so, take the kiddos out on a stroll. The change in scenery opens up a whole new book of situations to practice vocabulary in each natural habitat. Okay, the last one is the conclusion. Okay, characteristics of students are the totality of abilities and behavior that exist in their personalities as a result of the interaction between their nature and their social environment. This determining the pattern of their activities in realizing helps and achieving goods. Understanding the characteristics of students will determine the learning outcomes to be achieved. Activities that need to be carried out and the appropriate assessment for students in order to achieve success in teaching English to children, especially preschool age. Teachers must have knowledge about children's learning characteristics, which will later affect English teaching techniques for children that are in accordance with children's learning characteristics. A learning process will be able to take place effectively or not. It is largely determined by how high the level of understanding of educator about the characteristics of their studies. Yeah, I think that's enough for today's topic. I'm sorry if there's a mistake in what I say. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.